What is up, comic fan? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today we're going to be talking about Superman, the death of Superman, and specifically that death of Superman, the Polybag edition. But first, check this out. Big thank you to the channel sponsors, Big Time Collectibles. They sponsor the monthly giveaway for the channel members. Be sure to check them out at bigtimecollectibles.com. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, hit up our good friend Justin Comics on Instagram. The link to Justin and Big Time is in the description of all my videos. If you use the promo code WeAreLegion with Justin, you can take advantage of the special offer that he's currently running. All right, guys, let's get into it. So this is definitely the year of Superman. All kinds of stuff has been dropping, like we have that Superman Space Age, the huge announcement of Action Comics 1 reprint that drops this very week, as well as the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman, where they're bringing the whole band back together with that original creative team from 4 different Superman titles to come in for this special occasion, celebrate in a monumentous way, bring us some new content, the first appearance of this new Doomslayer. And there's just so much fanfare going on for Superman fans right now, and it got me thinking. I wanted to revisit these polybags from 1992. It's the death of Superman and his return and in the adventures of Superman issue 500. So what I was thinking about, especially because of Big Time Collectibles dropping those exclusives for that anniversary issue, which are featured right here in that limited to 300 gold foil edition, as well as the limited to 1000 silver foil edition, they dropped a bombshell on us for their New York Comic-Con exclusive. One of many that'll be there is this amazing red foil exclusive that's limited to 1,000 copies as well. Again, these will be for sale at Big Time Collectibles. And this red foil one really got me going because it's like the perfect equal opposite to this one. You know, you have the black with the red, and then you got the red with the black. It's just gorgeous. And I started thinking, and I see it in comments and people talking about it all the time. Why are people so excited about this? 1 million of them are printed. They're everywhere, blah, blah, blah. There were a lot printed. There are millions printed for sure. And since all this stuff has been happening, I've been checking all the spots around me, like 2 different LCSs, 1 second time around score, Second and Charles, Comics Galore, and I'm not running into these. And I spoke to a couple shop owners, and they said whenever they get these books in, they just sell immediately. So they're actually sought after despite their value sitting at whatever they're sitting at. But it made me wonder how many people out there have actually seen inside one of these polybags. So I have multiple copies of each. So today we're going to look inside the Death of Superman polybag because I do have a sealed copy as well as already an open copy that is 100% complete. So let's actually take this time to explore the Death of Superman in preparation to the anniversary. So again, this is the black poly bag that was on LCS shelves. As you see, it's already scissor cut open nicely, and it has that back on it, Superman memorial set. So everyone's familiar with that image that I used on the thumbnail for this video, and you know, it's that black cover with this cape flying like a flag, torn and tattered. It says an original price tag of $250, and it lists the contents of what's inside. So it's super awesome. And I was looking in this the other day because my good friend Coco Love Chevy was sharing some Superman stuff, and it just had me like it actually had me emotional, man. It's just really, really cool how serious this was all taken. So first up, I'm going to try not to let the contents fall out. They are inside the book. There's the actual commemorative issue in the polybag. Here lies Earth's greatest hero. That is not up for debate. That it just is. Superman 75, January 1993, US 225, Canada 150, UK 60 pence. World without Superman on the back. The legend continues, and it tells you where you can read what's coming next in the funeral for a friend storyline that immediately followed this before we dove into the reign of Superman era. Definitely a cool cover, that tombstone. Now this in like a 9.8, this book right here out of the polybag, a 9.8 CGC graded copy fetches anywhere from like 150 on the low end to upwards of 225 on the high end. So even those cheap books that they made millions of is decent if you can catch a high grade one. And they're hard to get high grade polybag stuff, just the way stuff back in the 90s was handled. It's wild. So let's start this up. We're going to open this bad boy up. Stuff. I wonder how long I've had this copy. Oh, there we go. So we'll do that at the end. Let me see. This should be in here. There it is. All right. So first off, this book was amazing. Like the way that they build this story, and as the parts went, the action scenes got bigger and bigger. You went from having like 4 panel pages to 3 panel pages to 2 panel pages to this final issue. Every page in this entire fight is a splash page. Every single page, just because they were building the momentum of the fight. And by the time you get to the end of it, I mean, just look at that. Every single page, just hard hitting, dynamic. That is insane. This was such a slobber knocker. And then when you get to the end, this is cool. You turn to that last page, Lois holding Superman, then you gatefold it, boom, and it just drops. And there's the iconic image right there. It was absolutely amazing. So what they included inside this are, like it showed on the back of the Polybag, first off, we have a Death of Superman trading card. It's Doomsday, the Death of Superman trading card. And it features what we have on the cover of the book minus all the price details and everything. Very cool. It comes with sticker sets featuring the S, Superman, Doomsday, Lois holding him, as well as him flying into action. And this is one of the more cool things right here. It comes with the obituary from the Daily Planet. Thousands missing, feared dead in aftermath of Doomsday. Man of Steel dies defending the city. So that is gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. What a little piece of memorability that it have. It would be cool to have an extra one of these in frame and hang. And then this was the big thing in the armbands. These are actual armbands. They were printed in 1992 with the foil look to them. DC Comics, copyright 1992. And people were actually wearing these. Like legit wearing these. And then finally, what we have in here, and this is really cool. And like it was talking about what comes next after this with the funeral for a friend. So right there included in the book where he dies is this big poster. The Death of Superman with the casket. You got Batman, Hal, Arthur, Tim Drake, Wally West, Wonder Woman all walking the coffin down. And everyone behind him. And I do want to note, and I just noticed this, Hawkman's actually wearing red and gold. So is Hawkgirl. That's really cool. Even got Demon on there, the Guardian, just everybody who's somebody at the time is featured on that cover or on that poster. It was just all the heroes there paying their respects. It's just really, really cool. Even his parents there in the crowd holding his cape, crying, but definitely super cool. If you don't have one of these in your collection, they're definitely worth having. It's just a piece of history that will not be soon forgotten. I don't think it'll ever be forgotten. People like to downplay it like it's not a big deal. He came back to life, blah blah blah. This was a huge deal. It still is to this day. It's the most memorable death in comic books. I know deaths are a dime a dozen anymore, but this one definitely hit the whole country. Comic fans and non-comic readers alike. Like everyone was at the shop. This was major news, big deal. So it's definitely something worth having in your collection. So be sure to check those back issue bins. You can cross your fingers and hope that you might find one in a dollar bin, because for the longest time that's where they were. But it seems like, from what I noticed from going around and actually looking, they're not really just out there sitting around waiting to be picked up anymore. People are nabbing them. I know it's one of those books that when I come across it for cheap, I definitely pick them up. I don't leave them just sitting there. I like to do the same thing with the Reign of the Superman die cut covers. I just love those as well. But let me know what you thought about this. Do you actually have one in your PC? Do you remember the Death of Superman happening? And if people want to see, maybe next time in a video not long, we'll bust open one of these and take a look at what's inside the return issue. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.